for checking back in with Backyard Broadheads. Today's video is part 1 of 2 long distance crossbow shooting challenge or long distance crossbow shooting competition. The reason why it's long distance is because we're going to be shooting 60 yards and the people I'm going to be shooting against are not going to be with me. I'm going to shoot first at my targets that I make, and then I'm going to send the targets out to them. I'm going to be sending the first set out to Rich from Death by Bungee. He is in Pennsylvania, but he's several hours east of where I'm at. The next target sheet is going to be going out to John Zuga from Zuma Concepts. So he also has a YouTube channel. All these guys, their information is in the description below. You should check them all out. His company can help you with any kind of project you have going on outdoor related, and he has a really great YouTube channel. Make sure you check that out and subscribe to that also. And my third target is going to go out to Tyree Appleberry. This guy has made an awesome presence for himself on social media, on Facebook. His stuff is in the description below. All three of these guys, as soon as I mentioned the crossbow shooting competition, they were all three down with doing it. I didn't have to talk any of them into it. We're going to be shooting at a 4-inch circle. I'm going to be tracing this roll of tape to get my 4-inch circle. And the way it's going to work is you're going to get 3 practice shots. So there's going to be a hole in the target sheet. You're going to have 3 practice shots. You can use 1 arrow, 2 arrows, or 3 arrows. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 shots with 3 different arrows, and whichever one is closest to the center, that's going to be my competition arrow. When it comes time for you to take your 3 competition shots, you have to take those all with the same arrow. And it's just going to be who gets the best group closest to the center is going to be the winner. We're not going to be putting any money on this, just a friendly bet. I'm not going to talk any trash beforehand because I know if I do that, I will guarantee myself to lose. So, review the rules. Everybody gets 3 practice shots. You can use 1, 2, or 3 arrows. But for the actual shooting, you're going to use 1 arrow the whole time. And best group closest to the center. And the only shots that will count are the arrows that are either touching the ring or that are inside of the ring. So let's get down to drawing the targets. Also, on the target that I send to Rich from Death by Bungee, I'm going to put 3 competition targets on there so that after I shoot and after I send it to him and he shoots, he can send this to a third person. And as far as filming, all I'm asking is for the shooters to film the target when they're shooting. If they want to film themselves also, then that's cool. But I'm just asking that you at least film the target as the arrows come in. So let's get to drawing our targets. This is Rich's target first. And it's going to need 3 targets on it, since after he gets it, he can send this to somebody else. And then I'll be cutting a hole over here for our practice target. And I'm probably going to make these lines thicker on these ones so we can see these out at 60 yards. I am going to use my Milwaukee Fastback. This is linked in the description below. Only mentioning it because it's freaking awesome. Has a Phillips and flat bit, but be careful because if the ring falls out of here, then this bit just does not stay in. It's really the only downfall of this thing. And sometimes you're going to want a longer blade, but you know, this is the one you can switch out, always sharp. Let's see what this does here. So now we have our target, our practice spot, and you guys that are shooting, if you want to put a black background behind this when you shoot, or green, orange, whatever you want. 3 practice shots here. Then you're going to sign your name beside your target. I'll go ahead and sign mine now. I'll take this top one. And then you can take your shots with your 1 arrow of choice. Another cool thing about this video is we're going to see some competition between brands. I'm going to be shooting a Ravin against Rich's Scorpyd. I'm also going to be shooting a Ravin against Tyree's Killer Instinct. Tyree has a Killer Instinct Fatal X. That is a sweet crossbow, and Rich has a Scorpyd Deathstalker, also a sweet crossbow. The Scorpyd has a clip-on nock. It has large cams, large long limbs. It's built for accuracy, so he's going to be a really tough competitor. And I'm sure the Fatal X is going to shoot awesome too. And another thing that helps all three of us is we're going to be using the same arrow for each shot in the competition. All right, so what I was just doing was getting my crossbow sighted in for these arrows. Whoa. I got these arrows from John Smith. His information is in the description below. He makes awesome custom arrows. If you want to get some from him, his info is down below. So I just got it sighted in for 60 yards. I'm going to take 3 arrows. They're going to be numbered 1, 2, 3. This is number 1. And I'm going to take my 3 practice shots. After that, I need to pick one of those arrows and take my 3 competition shots. So let's go ahead and take our first practice shot. Then I'm going to move the camera onto the target so you can watch the rest of the arrows as they come in. So there's a small breeze right now. It is changing directions, but it's not bad. I did wait for a day that wasn't going to be overly windy. Like 7 to 8 miles per hour in the forecast yesterday. I definitely wasn't going to shoot yesterday. Oh, looks decent. Let's check it out. Okay. I will take that at 60 yards, so we'll see where the other 2 end up at. That was arrow 1. I'm going to get that out of the way. I don't want to hit it. All right, I think 1 was, where was 1 at? Is it in the same freaking hole? Must have been. Oh my gosh. All right, that's arrow 2. I'm gonna have to check the footage, but I think that same hole, 60 yards. 2 different arrows. That's unreal. Okay. So if arrow 3 hits there, I mean, I'm gonna have to aim a little bit left because I know I'm up against some hard competition. I'm gonna leave 2 right here. All right. You're not going to believe this. That's 3 arrows, same hole at 60 yards. I'm using the rest that I make on the front, and in the back, I'm resting on my hand to where I can, like, you know, bow here, hand here, table here, so I can kind of move around and get fairly steady. I mean, I'm not a perfect shot. That's unbelievable. I'm gonna make sure I get his name right. John Smith. Yeah, John Smith, he's on Facebook. His email is also in the description. I'm definitely switching to these for my hunting arrows. Holy crap. Now I hope I don't blow it on the actual target. If I do, if I get bad shots, obviously it's me. But I guess it doesn't matter which arrow I use. Oh, I hear a turkey. I hear a hen, I think. I'm gonna go with arrow number 2. This is Tyree's target. Tyree, hopefully I'm gonna give you a challenge here. I'm gonna go take my first shot. Both shots are gonna be with arrow number 2. That's one of the few rules of the competition, is to use the same arrow for your competition shots. And it's gonna be 3 shots. The shots that count will be either in the circle or touching the circle. And if we can't decide who wins for some reason, like if there's a tight group here and a tight group here, then we'll just let the viewers of the videos vote and decide. All right, that's shot 1 with arrow 2.
I'll take that at 60 yards. I hope my target doesn't give out on me. I'm gonna smush it a little bit. Because I mean, these yellow jackets are awesome. They're in the description below. But you do have to smush them around sometimes, drop them and stuff. Because you don't want to hit the same hole. Like 3 times it worked, but usually 2 is like the max. All right, arrow 2 again for my second shot. All right, that one is right beside my other shot. I'll take that at 60 yards. Little target mushing. All right, shot number 3 with arrow 2. Okay, same hole as our first shot. And it did not go into the vein, so this arrow is still in really good shape. I think these are some pretty durable veins anyway. But Tyree, there it is. I'm gonna send you a quick little Facebook video too. And I'm gonna get this switched out for Rich's target, and I'm gonna take a little break. All right, I'm set up now to shoot my shots for Rich. I'm gonna skip my practice shots because I just did my shots for Tyree Appleberry and they turned out pretty good. So 3 shots with arrow number 2 at this target. And then Rich, you can pick whichever one you want and then send this to somebody else. Okay, it is not into the veins, which I'm very happy about. And it's pretty close to center. I don't want to hit that same spot again, so I'm going to move this a little bit. And I'm just putting this in with drywall screws. It's working pretty good. Okay, shot number 2 with arrow 2. That one went off a little bit unexpected, but still same hole. And I do have these field tips that have a, I don't know what it's called, a boat tail shape. I'll put it on the bottom here, but they are kind of fancy field tips. All right, shot 3. All right, I'll take that. There it is, Rich. It's not exactly on center, but it's pretty close. Extremely tight group. I know the Scorpyd's capable of doing this. I'm pretty sure you are too. Hopefully you won't for the competition. But I'm gonna send this. This will be in the mail tomorrow. All right, this target's gonna be going out to John from Zuma Concepts. Make sure you check out his website. He does a lot of cool different projects in the outdoor industry. And he has a really cool YouTube page also. He's very professional with his YouTube stuff. And let's help him get up to 1,000 subscribers, and let's get to shooting. Maybe about an arrow's diameter off of center. All right, looks like same hole. And the veins are not into the target. Yeah, same hole. I'm gonna move that target a little bit. That had that little thud sound that you don't want to hear. All right, shot number 3 for John from Zuma Concepts. All right, a little bit low. I think that's actually my worst shot of the night. Still a really tight group at 60 yards. Yeah, so my next step is I'm gonna send these out to these 3 other crossbow shooters. And this is a 2-part video series. This is part 1. Part 2 is gonna be the wrap up with the results from the other shooters. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.
From Backyard Broadheads, these are Heart Drop hangers. There's a Heart Drop 5-in-1 for most Ravin crossbows, and the Heart Drop 5-in-1 R26 for the Ravin R26. You can check them out on eBay or from backyardbroadheads.com. Both links are in the description below. This is another accessory for your Ravin crossbow, the 4-in-1 light. It attaches and detaches in seconds. It's an extremely level bipod. It's a hanger. It's a kickstand. It helps you with cocking and decocking your crossbow. It helps eliminate death wobble from decocking. And then whenever you're in your tree stand, it helps stabilize the crossbow on your lap. And you can also rest it up on the shooting rail to keep your crossbow off of the rail and protect your crossbow.